Alright, so I'm going to try to do a little game review here. This is Tenchu Stealth Assassins. Now, when I got this game, I was tickled shitless. Because I was really into ninjas and Japanese culture and all that stuff. And, you know, if I could, I'd eat ramen noodles while holding a sword and wearing a ninja mask, but, you know, at the same time, but that wouldn't work, so instead I just ate ramen noodles. I didn't have a sword at the time, and I played ninja video games. This is a pretty big step up from Ninja Gaiden. Now, you start off with, well, you only have the choice of two different characters, Rikimaru and Ayame. Ayame is the girl, Rikimaru is the guy. Their main differences are basically how they look when they're running and jumping and so forth, and their main weapon. Rikimaru has a straight-bladed ninja sword, whereas Ayame has two tantos, which she holds in like an ice pick grip. I'm going to go with Rikimaru because he has more, you know, traditional style sword. Well, not really a traditional style sword, but he has one big sword as opposed to two smaller swords. And he also has a penis, and so do I. Now, basically the storyline of this game is up until level, well, you know, the basic storyline of this game is you're a ninja, and your master sends you out to do ninja shit. You know, like punish an evil merchant, deliver a message, rescue someone, and so forth. But there's a subplot that reveals itself near the end of the game. And it seems a lot more important than doing these little ninja missions. Now, this game came out in 1998, which is about the same time that Resident Evil 2 and Metal Gear Solid and Gran Turismo 2 came out. All three of those games have good this game too, they all have good replay value, but this is definitely the shortest of all four of those games. You know, Metal Gear Solid, the first time you play it could take you, you know, 10 plus hours. Resident Evil 2 could take you fucking a week to beat with all the running around the police station and shit. And Gran Turismo 2, holy shit, with all the endurance races and upgrading your car and so forth. You could play that game for fucking months probably before you actually get your dream garage set up and so forth. But this game, count them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 levels. So, you know, the first time I played this, I beat it in like 4 hours, mostly because I didn't know where to go in a lot of these levels. A lot of these levels are pretty big and, you know, elaborate with lots of buildings that you can either go in or just climb on top of and run around the roof. But once you know where to go, it's basically you're running through the game in a couple hours if you take breaks. But yeah, most of the levels are basically doing ninja missions, like rescuing someone, punishing evil assassinations. And then level 9 and 10 is where the subplot comes in, where holy shit, Satan has sent his subordinate to stop you from preventing Satan, the Japanese Satan, taking over this particular lord's castle. And yeah, it's kind of feels like an afterthought. Like, okay, we want to do a ninja game where you do ninja missions. Oh, let's throw Satan in there. Let's see. Some of my favorite levels: 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, 4, 5. Well, obviously there's 1 because that's the one you play the most. Getting started. 4, 5, and 6 are really pretty cool. We're going to do 5 and 6. Another thing, I'm going to compare this game to a couple other games, Resident Evil 2 and Metal Gear Solid. Resident Evil 2 obviously had really pretty, background and level areas. Metal Gear Solid 2, it was a little boxy and polygony and, pixelated, but, you could still see a good long ways and so forth. This game is not really that much. Like, in certain parts you can see it looks like, in certain parts of the game it almost looks like it's unfinished, like the level hasn't finished loading yet. And the voice acting in the cinematics before some of the levels is horrendous. That's being nice. And you can't skip them. So let's turn up the volume here. Now this is usually where you select your items that you want for the level you're about to start. But I'm going to cheat, so I'm just going to skip this and let you see the level here. Now first you get a shot of a pagoda, I guess. And they thought, oh, we're being clever. This kind of looks like art. It's really good. It's a nice view. But you'll see, and then you'll hear the voice acting. You get the load screen with the mission objectives and hints.
Minister Kataoka sure likes his money.
That voice acting isn't bad. Get a load of this.
What is this, Izenia? There is more here than usual.
Oh my god, look at all the missing polygons.
We could not do business without you. The money is merely a token of our appreciation.
I like the way you think.
Think!
What can I help you with today?
Who the fuck talks like this?
We have put in bids for the construction work next month. If you could only...
Leave it to me. But remember what happened to Echigoya. Tread carefully.
Alright, so you got a taste of the voice acting there, and you saw the pagoda, I guess it's called, with the missing polygons all over the roof, which looked ridiculous. And this came out the same year, the same little time period as Resident Evil 2 and Metal Gear Solid, which looked and sounded a lot better. The voice acting was a little corny in Resident Evil 2, but you know, let's see. Alright, in Resident Evil 2, in Metal Gear Solid, you get a little radar up in the top right hand corner of the screen. So that's pretty cool, lets you know where your enemies are. In this game, well, there's no fucking radar system in Ninja times. So instead you get this little medallion right next to your life bar. And as you can see, there's a punctuation mark. In fact, it's a triangle. Or triangle? It's a question mark. Question mark pretty much means that enemies don't even know you're around. And I'm going to pause it so that I can show you another one. Alright, so now you can see the little icon there has changed to a green triangle. I got that word right this time, with an exclamation point. That pretty much means someone sees you, but they can't identify you yet. Now the closer you are to an enemy, goddamn dogs. Alright. The closer you are to the enemy and they don't know you're there, the little blue circle with the question mark in it gets bigger and bigger until it engulfs the whole you know, amulet thing there. And I guess you just saw what happens when someone identifies you and tries to attack you. Is you get 2 exclamation points and a big flashing red gimmick. And if you just got into a fight or made a loud noise, like jumped into some deep water or set off an explosion or something, you get a pink diamond with an exclamation point and a question mark in it. Basically, they know you're around, they're pissed off about it, but they don't know where you are. So there's that. Alright, so now I'm getting into a fight on purpose to show you the enemies and stuff. I got the volume turned down. Now you see up in the upper left hand corner there, it shows your enemy's life bar with a little hit point counter on it. As you advance in the game, they get more hit points and so forth. And, you know, obviously you start off with the 100 and shit. But now I'm going to turn up the volume so that you can hear one of my favorite all-time sound effects in any video game ever. Damn it. When you kill an enemy, or you hit an enemy with your sword or any other weapon, you can hear their blood splatter on the ground. How cool is that? One strategy, like if you just want to speed through the level and get a good time, is to jump on the rooftops and shit and just run around and bypass a bunch of enemies. And in this level, it also allows you to set up a little trap for the first little boss in this level. That is, throw a bunch of these caltrops on the ground. Basically, they're just four-pronged, little son of a bitches that they step on and get stuck in their foot. And so forth. And when they get stuck in the that one got stuck in my foot. Oh good, and then there's another enemy come to help his little buddy friend. Okay, so that's the one I have to kill. Probably just saw me die, but I didn't really die. I'll explain that in a minute. Alright. Fuckers. Yeah, it has to do with that blue screen thingy. There we go. Also, it doesn't matter, like, if you beat a boss, you get a little cinematic. It doesn't matter where you are, you could be at the other end of the level, and it still teleports you to where the cinematic happens. So that's kind of strange. Down in the lower right hand corner you can see I'm moving a thingy here with the L2 and R2 buttons. These are all my items. Now besides your main weapon, in this case one sword, you always start off the level with your kind of fucking Batman style grappling hook. At the item screen you usually pick what other items you want to take with you, like shurikens, grenades, caltrops, mines, and this leaf thing. This is called the resurrection leaf. It basically acts like a 1-up, where if you die, you can just, oh shit, where if you die, it just, you don't have to use the use item button to use it or anything like that. It just happens automatically, which is pretty cool. It just resurrects you, brings you back to full health. Now, as you can see, I'm trying to make this jump here, and you get ready to see the easiest boss fight in all video game history. As you can see, it's going to teleport me to where the cinematic is happening. Oh, I thought it was. Fuck it.
Minister Kataoka,
This is the guy I'm supposed to
you
kill.
have brought great shame on yourself.
I never expected Lord Goda to catch me.
Kill yourself, and show me you still have some honor. I will assist you.
Yes, thank you. Tell Lord Goda of how I die.
I will inform inform Lord Goda of your honorable end.
So yeah. You beat the boss in a cinematic, which you can't skip, by the way. Now, if you're the female ninja, Ayame, you actually have to fight him, and he's a pretty tough son of a bitch with a bow and arrow. And alright, I'm going to pause it here and explain more when we return. Alright, here I'm going to explain and demonstrate a stealth kill. Now, the easiest way to do this is to use the item I'm about to use. Now, it kind of looks like a folded up kimono. Poof, it's a disguise. Now, you can just whack him with your sword, cut his arm off there, it's pretty cool. That's the easiest way. And the original way is just to use your key meter thing, is what it's called, is the question marks and exclamation points and so forth in the lower left hand screen. And then when you get close to someone, wait until they're turned so that you can sneak up behind them. And you run up, get close enough, hit the attack button, and it shows you slitting their throat or stabbing them through the chest or something like that. So that's pretty cool. You know, the camera angle in this game is pretty good, but because of how the graphics engine is, you can't see all that far. But really, you're supposed to be up close and personal. So you're not like using a sniper rifle or anything like that anyway. So you really just need to peek around corners while using that key meter or chi meter. Another thing is, there's all kinds of like crazy jumps you can do, but they're really just for like fighting, like giving you an advantage during a fight is being able to jump and shit. But one of the things they got right, well, sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, climb on top of this fucking thing. Well, anyway, that's like the highest point in the game. One of the things, you can't even see the damn floor of the level, but if you jump straight off, you can jump from as high as you want and you don't take damage. So that's one good thing. That's one thing that Lost World Jurassic Park. Oh look, here's an enemy who's asleep. Oh well, you can't do a stealth kill on someone who's asleep. But there's that. And another stealth kill I like to do. Get up here. See that question mark growing in size. And you back up slowly to shimmy on this rooftop. As you can see, probably, there's a little fella down there. You get the thing as high as it'll go, which is 98. You look straight down, and you let go and hit the sword button, and it kills him instantly. So that's pretty cool. kinds of different items you can use. This one is called the super shuriken, where you throw a handful of kunai knives. It's basically the shotgun in this game, but you can't aim it. Even if I look over this way, I still throw them directly in front of me. Whereas with the arrow, which is ridiculous, when you use the debug code to pick it, you can shoot it wherever the hell you want. Yep, those are arrows, and that's a big statue. Another thing is, the enemy AI, you know, basically if the enemy sees you, obviously, like in Metal Gear Solid, they'll come after you and try to kill you and shit. But also if you make like a loud, suspicious noise, like take the shuriken and throw it at the wall, everybody in the level heard that. So that's a little ridiculous. Or if you fall in some deep water, basically everyone in the world hears it. It's like, holy shit, how loud is a splash, you know? And I'm doing the little shit I like to do for these two bosses here. It's basically cheat like holy hell. And I'll just keep playing and turn up the volume so you can hear the voice acting I've been talking about in all of its glory. No, I'm not talking about that.
I know what you want. You want the stone. It's safe inside my belly.
You're not going to get it.
Jesus Christ, who talks like that?
You use the stone to hurt people. I will take it, even if it means gutting you.
My.
So yeah, it really makes that boss fight a lot easier. But, you know, the voice actors they got for this are just fucking retarded. Oh, damn it. I missed. Oh, no I didn't. Onikage is Satan's subordinate. This guy in the purple get up. Basically, you just have to take him down to 100 health in this part. Oh yeah. None of these little cinematics that show the bosses and shit, you can't skip them. So that kind of sucks. So yeah, the game has its flaws, but it was awesome when it came out. I mean, you're a fucking ninja going around killing people stealthily and shit. And you know, when it came out, the textures in the game are pretty nice, but you know, the limited visual range is its downfall as far as graphics go. You know, the faces look better than Metal Gear Solid. You can actually see their eyes and shit. And, they're still kind of pixelated and kind of rough looking. I mean, the music's pretty good if you're into classical suspenseful music and shit. So yeah, it's probably not the greatest game that came out in the late 90s, but it's a pretty good nostalgic trip back to the late 90s to play it again. And overall, it's a really good game. It's shorter than its competition. I mean, look at these cinematics. These are fucking awesome for the time. This is apparently the original Japanese version that comes on the greatest hits version that I have. Hey look, there's a dog. I didn't get a chance to explain that. There's Onekage that you just saw me fight, kind of. Well, you saw him walk into mines, because yeah, Onekage's main weapon is kicking. So it's ridiculous how he can block a sword with his feet. This review went on longer than I wanted anyway after the third time trying it. I don't care, I'm gonna upload it. So yeah. In some respects it falls short of its competition like Resident Evil 2 and Metal Gear Solid, but in other parts it surpasses it. Like the sound of the blood splattering on the ground when you injure an enemy or get injured. That's just awesome. And facial features on the in-game characters is really good compared to like Metal Gear Solid and Resident Evil 2. But yeah. Well, I guess that's it. So, if you didn't enjoy it, I hope you at least tolerated my little review on Tenchu Stealth Assassins. And that's cool when you slit someone's throat and their head falls off. Yeah. I think I covered pretty much everything I wanted to. If you want to find out more, just hop on eBay or Amazon and buy yourself a copy and throw it in your PlayStation and give it a try if you haven't yet. So that's that. Toodaloo.